Hey, what's up everybody? This is Zeebow from Achievement Noobs, and today we're going to take a look at Biowares Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is the second installment of Bioware's epic space trilogy. The first game was amazing, and a whole lot of freaking fun to play. The second game has an overall darker tone to it, and is more badass in every way. Now, I know this game's been out for a year, but I had to do a review on it. I mean, look at it. It's so badass. Now, since Mass Effect 2 is a sequel, I'll quickly go over Mass Effect 1, and there'll be a little bit of spoilers. So if you haven't played Mass Effect 1 and you plan on doing it, skip a little ahead.
So in Mass Effect 1, you play as Commander Shepard, and you got this new ship, and it's all pimped out with different aliens coming together to make it and stuff. So you're like, oh yeah, we're cruising the galaxy. But then you find out that this dude named Saren, he's a Turian, he's a rogue Spectre. He's badass, dude. He's just like killing people and stuff for no reason. And it turns out he's working with the Reapers, which is an ancient mechanical kind of race, and they basically destroy the galaxy multiple times to keep organic life in check or something like that.
We impose order on the chaos of organic evolution. You exist because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it.
The storyline is pretty solid. So in the end of Mass Effect 1, you end up defeating Saren, and you defeat one of the Reapers, who basically opens the Citadel up and allows all the other Reapers from deep space to come in. So you take care of that situation, but you still know the Reaper threat is still there, because they're still out there. And that brings us to Mass Effect 2.
In the start of Mass Effect 2, you're investigating a Geth hotspot in your ship, when all of a sudden,
I'm a fire in my labor!
your ship gets pwned by this enemy. He came out of nowhere. What were you gonna do? Nothing. Because he was a bitch and he came from behind. It sounded wrong, but that's what he did. So your ship's all damaged and you're like, yes, Commander Shepard's gonna save the day, right? Actually, your ship gets shit-faced. It just gets demolished. And unfortunately, Shepard had to save everybody's asses, so he gets blown out into space. It's sad, I know, man. I cried. I always cry. I'm sensitive, so I cried. But look at him. How can you not be sad? I mean, the start of this game was with a bang, let me tell you. So, already I knew this game was going to be the shit. You feel me? Don't mourn for too long, though. Commander Shepard is not dead, my friends. No, well, yeah, he did die. But this pro-human group called Cerberus spent a shit ton of credits and 2 years of their time to bring Shepard back to life with like some crazy technology. I don't know how they did that, but thank God they did. Because what Zeus was to the Greeks and what Jupiter was to the Romans, that's basically what Shepard is to all the human race in the Mass Effect universe. Yeah, so basically Shepard's a pimp. Anyway, after you're brought back to life, you can either import your character from Mass Effect 1, or you can start from scratch, and they'll give you a bullshit background to build on, which is kind of lame. So I would just go and buy Mass Effect 1. It's cheap now, probably like $5 or some shit. And just play through that. It's worth it, good story, and then you can go from there. That's what I did. So you can reconstruct Shepard's face, and the detail is really, really good. A lot of options you can do. There's even a website called Mass Effect 2 Facial Database or something like that. Just Google it, you'll find it. And I've seen some crazy stuff. They even had Samuel L. Jackson Shepard. It was amazing.
This is a tasty burger.
After facial reconstruction is complete, you can then choose from 6 different classes. Each class has its own perks. The 6 classes are Soldier, Adept, Engineer, Vanguard, Sentinel, and Infiltrator. The Soldier is a weapons specialist. He has a full arsenal of weapons at his disposal, and this is the only class that you can use an assault rifle in. Also, the Soldier has the ability to slow down time, increase damage, and increase accuracy with a technique called Adrenaline. An Adept is a biotic specialist. Biotics are basically crazy mind powers that use science, magic, and shit. An Adept can use his biotics to hurl enemies across the room or off the map completely. They can also lift enemies high in the air and bring them crashing down to the ground. Biotic powers are pretty much the shit. An Engineer is a tech specialist with the ability to hack into electronic-based enemies, thus turning your foe into a temporary ally. An Engineer can also dispatch a combat drone, which can draw enemy fire and explode in your enemies' faces. The next three classes are basically combinations of the three previous classes I just described. A Vanguard is an adept and a soldier. They use biotics to charge the enemy, then boom, shotgun to the face. The Sentinel is a combination of an engineer and an adept. The Sentinel can use biotics and has the ability to use tech armor. Tech armor can take on more damage, making this class great for close range combat. The last class is the Infiltrator, which is a combination of the soldier and engineer. The Infiltrator has the ability to go invisible, making it easy to sneak up on enemies or making it easy to line up that perfect headshot with the sniper rifle. Now when I play Mass Effect, I always go with the soldier class because he can use all the guns, and I love getting headshots and I love shooting people with guns, but to each his own.
I will show you true power.
The overall objective of Mass Effect 2 is to travel through the galaxy, scouting out the best of the best to join your team. Why do you need such a baller-ass team? Well, it turns out the enemy that pwned you and your ship in the beginning is responsible for abducting countless number of humans from colonies from all over the galaxy. Shepard cannot allow this to happen, and he has a gut feeling that the Reapers are somehow behind this. Now, I don't want to spoil the ending too much for you guys, but the end of the game is basically a suicide mission, so you want to make sure you gain the trust and loyalty of your squad members, and also you want to upgrade your ship so nobody dies. You can die, your squad mates can die, and if you die, then you can't go to Mass Effect 3. The story of Mass Effect 2 is by far my favorite aspect of the game. And by story, I mean things like the overall plot, character development, character interaction, and things like that. Like in Mass Effect 1, you can use the dialogue wheel to select how Shepard will interact with characters or a given situation. He can be like, "Fuck you, bitch!" or "Yeah, you're totally right," depending on what you select from the dialogue wheel. Also, depending on how you make Shepard act, he can become Paragon, which is basically like Nice Shepard, or he can become Renegade, which makes Shepard a certified badass. Mass Effect 2 takes the dialogue wheel one step further with the addition of the interrupt system. For example, if a conversation is dragging on for too long, you can interrupt that conversation when prompted. There are Renegade interrupts.
I've got nothing more to say to you. How about goodbye?
And there are Paragon interrupts.
My baby is gone. She's gone. Thank you. I'm sorry. I just miss her so much.
It's okay. We've all suffered loss.
I personally like the Renegade interrupts better because they show just how much of a badass Shepard is.
So I suggest you walk away nicely, unless you want them.
I also like the fact that you can get to know your squad members on a personal level. You get to know their backgrounds and where they're coming from, so you understand them better. You can even have a romantic relationship with a few of your squad members. I'm not going to say too much about this, but I can tell you, Shepard is a freak!
I love that pussy, hell yeah. I love that pussy, hell yeah. I love that pussy dripping down to the floor. Oh no, but wait, it's pussy, hell yeah. I love the pussy, hell I'm drinking off your booty, sweating, busting the nut. Now do the bunny hop, crank that kitty cat. It's the ghetto snake with the noodle legs. Now do the noodle legs, now do the noodle legs. They can't give me seizures while I'm busting the nut.
Mass Effect 2 is a great game. I might even go as far as to say it's perfect. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is scanning all those fucking planets for elements in order to upgrade my weapons and ship. Well, with that aside, the high-end graphics, beautiful environments, deep characters, and a rich story make Mass Effect 2 an awesome must-play game. Bioware did an excellent job of making this game an amazing and fun experience. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this game 110%. It's badass, and I recommend you play both Mass Effect 1 and 2, especially since Mass Effect 3 should be coming out in a year or so. Well, that concludes this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're always looking for new subscribers, and if you have clips of anything, just send it in and we'll see if we can work with it. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.
I just saved you from a nasty prison shower scene. I've had enough of your snide insinuations. Falcon Punch!
You son of a bitch!